Hello everyone, so we just got the May 2018 ban list for Yu-Gi-Oh, so we have a better idea what the format will be like. I'm here today to talk about the side deck option for the next format. The card I'm talking about here is Retaliating C. Before I consider the usefulness of this card, let's go over the card text of Retaliating C. Retaliating C is a level 4 Earth insect monster with 1400 attack and 1400 defense, and its effect reads as follows. During either player's turn, when your opponent activates a spell card that includes an effect that special summons a monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. If summoned this way, while this card is face up on the field, any card sent to the graveyard is banished instead. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add one Earth Insect type monster with 1500 or less attack from your deck to your hand, except Retaliating C. The weakness here is that while Macrocosmos on legs is powerful, it is kind of conditional, so you can't use it in matchups like Draco or Pendulum where the banishing effect would work nicely, because you just can't summon it with its own effect. This, however, does not mean the card is not useful, and it has several decks it thrives against actually. What is Retaliating C good for then? It works well against decks that special summon monsters with spell effects, obviously. Firstly, you have generic spells that special summon cards like Scapegoat, Monster Reborn, and Soul Charge. Notably, it also works against any deck that uses fusion spells or ritual spells. Now we don't have any good ritual decks in this format, but I figured I'd mention it for future reference. But we do have a fusion deck in Invoked, and Retaliating C is devastating if it resolves against Invoked. Once Retaliating C hits the board, you can just banish everything, meaning that their invocation is banished and cannot recycle itself with its own effect. The weakness to this card in the matchup is that Magical Meltdown stops this completely, but if they do not have access to it, or you can remove Meltdown before they fusion summon, that is not an issue. We also have Shadow Dinosaurs in the meta. Well, they were more prevalent last format, but with the banning of That Grass Looks Greener, those decks might not be as popular as before. Retaliating C on Shadow Fusion is fantastic, banishing the fusion and any materials, stopping any floating effects from those monsters. And even if the shadows are not used in the deck, I'm positive that someone will try to play dinosaurs, and that deck can use double evolution pill, so you have more ways to summon Retaliating C. However, at that point they already have Tyranno on the field, so they can just remove C before doing more plays, but that means that they can't advance their board anymore before going to the battle phase, and at the very least will make Tyranno use its effect, banishing the monster it destroys. Then for a newer deck we have Gorky Nightmare. The key card here is Gorky Rematch, a card they will always search. They have a valid way of consistently summoning your Retaliating C, and it means your opponent needs to remove your Floodgate monster before comboing off. They have some outs obviously in Nightmares, but they need to banish the materials and the discard fodder for Cerberus or Unicorn or whatever they will use. These decks can also use Brilliant Fusion, and Retaliating C will banish those materials too. Also, we will get the Sky Striker deck next week, and Retaliating C can hit their token generator, Mecha Hornet Bit or whatever it's called in TCG. Chaining C to that card will banish it and prevent your opponent from accumulating more spells in the grave, and they really do not have a way to recycle their banished cards either. If you can somehow back it up from their attacks, they will have to banish even more cards unless they already had a removal spell, which can be problematic. Lastly, Retaliating C has an effect to search for any Earth insect with 1500 or less attack. Max C used to be the best target for this card, but we can't have nice things in the TCG, so you have to use other targets if you want to get the additional value. The most generic option here is Contact C. Against certain decks, Contact C can shut the turn off completely, although you risk giving your opponent free link material. One deck that Contact C really works against is Burning Abyss, which can actually be a competitor once we get Cherubini in the TCG. Unlike Flying C, they can't use Contact C as material for Cherubini, and it will make their monsters self-destruct unless they have something like Fiendish Rhino Warrior already face up. Then you also have tuner options like Naturia Butterfly and Scrapworm, but these do take your normal summon, so that's an issue. Once we get Crystal Needle Fiber, this might become more relevant, but we'll have to wait for that for some time. We have no idea when we'll get that card. And if you run a ritual deck, Retaliating Sea adds Gale Dogger to your hand, but I am not confident that this is viable. Obviously, you have more targets if you're in a deck like Naturia or Crawlers or something, but most people do not run things like that. But hey, if you do, that's an option. To sum this up, Retaliating Sea does not work against every deck, but it does have a few favorable matchups. It does not work against Pendulums, Draco, or Altergeist, but you just use other cards for those matchups like Cosmic Cyclone or something. Retaliating Sea does replace itself when sent to a graveyard if you have the target, so that's a really good thing. You actually plus after you use it. And while it does not have a big body, you can use traps to cover this weakness, and that's really good. So, what did you think about Retaliating Sea? Do you think that it's viable for the May 2018 format, and did I forget about something in the video? I would like to hear your opinions on the matter in the comments below so we could discuss the card. Anyway, thanks for watching this video, and I will upload more once I get more ideas. See you guys next time, bye!